ASPD02 Performance Analysis, Barcelona vs Granada 2014, Samuel Bisson. What is performance analysis? Performance analysis is scientific. It's a way to monitor, observe and adapt game behaviours and apply it into a coaching process to achieve outcome improvements. Who would want to use performance analysis? Performance analysis can be used by coaches and athletes that would want to use performance analysis to gain knowledge and insight about their performance. They would want to do this because they are striving to be the best and achieve greatness by winning trophies, especially in the Barcelona team. This can be done by using game-breaker coding and notational analysis. This can be used pre, post or during the game. Key performance indicators come in four main areas. These are tactical, technical, psychological and physiological. The tactical aspect refers to the positioning, shape, dynamics and strategy of the team to press or play in a certain way. The technical aspect revolves around how skills are performed and aspects like did the player shoot with the right or left foot, inside or outside and from what range, and how the skill was executed. The psychological is how the reasoning behind why a player performs a skill or action. Why was this, what happened, and why is it the best option? So this helps so a coach can change and adapt a player to perform the correct skill more often to become more consistent and make better decisions. The physiological aspect refers to a player's ability to not fatigue and to keep performing the skill well and cover the most ground. The KPIs I've chosen are the technical and tactical aspects. It's because a player should be physiologically fit and make the right decisions. How was the research analysis carried out? This is done by using game-breaker coding or notational analysis. Game-breaker software allows you to choose the KPIs you want and use code windows to pick apart the skills and actions completed during the game. This is then, when complete, allow statistics to be produced by the information collected. This is then analysed and fed to a coach in a way that he can understand. The coaching process is a cycle. This works year-round to improve individuals, units or the whole team, and the coach. The athlete performs in a game or training. The analyst observes this and analyses the performance and compares it to past performances. This is then relayed back to the coach in a way that he can understand and use. The coach then makes practice, focusing on the highlighted areas, and puts it into effect. The next stage is observing the performance again and repeating the cycle to gain the desired outcome. Goal setting aims to help the player aim and reach specific targets set by the coach. These goals start with outcome goals. This is what happens as a result of the performance, so a win or a loss. The performance goals are the statistics behind the outcome. This is how many shots the player might have or how many passes they complete. Process goals are what the athlete should focus on when performing the performance goal. So for instance, when performing a pass they'd be focusing on the pass technique. The SMART acronym is a tool that can help set these goals. The goals have to be specific to the area that the player is performing in. Defenders don't need to be worried about shooting, whereas strikers do. This should be measurable. This is measurable via performance analysis and coding. These goals have to be realistic and attainable, or else the player may face getting demotivated and just give up. This also should be used in a specific time period. Here is a list of statistics from what was drawn from my coding. Here, the chances from crosses show the number of crosses was 9. A third of these were scored, which is a fairly good outcome for this type of crossing. There were 6 chances missed. More chances came from the right side that were scored and 1 from the left side. This shows that the right side was stronger, however more unsuccessful because they did put in more crosses. Barcelona had 11 shots in the 55 minutes of coding. 8 of these were missed, however 3 were scored. This is not a bad return, as for a high level you would expect teams to be putting in a lot of blocks and not scoring as many goals. However, for a team with a very small centre forward in Lionel Messi and Neymar, They scored 2/3 of their headers, which is remarkable. As you see here, this is goals scored from different areas of the pitch. They only had one shot from outside the box, which was a free kick and was on target. They scored one goal from crossing opportunities. However, 8 chances or goals were scored inside the box. This shows that Barcelona play mainly in the box. As you can see here, they had no corner kicks scored directly from, which is strange for a team of their quality. However, this could be seen as they only play short passes and don't really take corners, as they don't have a lot of height in their team. Barcelona did, however, have a lot of broken down attacks, interceptions or clearances from their attacking play. 28 clearances or broken down attacks. They also wasted a lot of opportunities to attack, 27 times in fact. This is worry for a coach. Tactical analysis of the game. Barcelona press high to win the ball back. This is well known and they demonstrate it very well in this game. Barcelona press very high. They use their fullbacks incredibly well. As you can see here, but the Barcelona fullback here is just about to cross the ball and he actually gets an assist from this cross. They play mainly in the box, as shown here. They have 4 men in the box, 1 assisting and 1 just on the edge of the box. This is very hard to defend, and they move a lot. This came to a goal. They press very high, as shown again here, with nearly all options closed off. The other team have only one option, but to pump the ball long, which is then gathered back, and players reset. Barcelona keep the ball incredibly well, and this is shown. When the ball gets pumped back, they pass the ball, drag players out of positions, and press them very high. They use players on the wings and use their fullbacks to maximum effect to attack. The technical analysis of the game showed that Barcelona are actually gifted players and are well known for passing. However, they did lack in areas such as shooting from outside of the box. This was shown in the statistics, and this is what a coach should be working on. They only had 1 shot from outside the box, and this was a free kick. Corner kicks also could be improved on. They may not be getting the ball into the box, and this is of concern. They can always pick up second pieces and score. The crosses did actually tend to miss the man on some occasions. This could be worked on, especially from the right. The left side also needs to work on their crossing, as they didn't actually put very many crosses in at all. The coach needs to know that crossing from the right was very good. Dani Alves gets up the right very well from right back position, and this works well. He combines with Xavi for a goal, and also works very well with Messi and Neymar. They always shoot inside the box nearly, and it plays well for them. They press very high, win the ball, and with the players that they have in the middle, in Messi, Neymar, Xavi and Iniesta, they play from the middle. They pass the ball around and tend not to shoot from distance, as they can work small areas in the box and get finishes away. However, they did waste too many attacking opportunities. They either did retain the ball, delayed too much, and the block was put in. This is worrying for a coach, and he may want to work on players getting into the box so crosses can be put in and more goals scored. This can help the athlete to realise their weaknesses and their strengths, play on these strengths and improve the weaknesses. It can also allow them to monitor their progress over a certain number of games and work on their goals that they've been set by their coach. This is easy to monitor using performance analysis. There are some positives and negatives of using performance analysis. One problem could be that a player could get too wrapped up in statistics and lose the game focus. Performance analysis may not take into account the effectiveness of play, even if statistics are poor. If statistics are poor, a player may have still been in the right place at the right time and blocking options, even though they didn't actually score goals or make key passes. It does, however, allow coaches to work on units, the team and individuals. The limitations to my study were that I only coded and analysed 55 minutes of footage. This doesn't then reflect the whole game, and chances and attacking opportunities may have been missed in the first 35 minutes of play. Also, sometimes the context of play doesn't get supported by the statistics. A player may have played well and doesn't get the credit for it than what the statistics give it. Also, the coach's tactics weren't known, so I couldn't know what to do, what the players were instructed to do. This could be why crossing and corners were so poor and play was retained much more. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and any further references or information, please look at my Mahara page.